Hello, everyone. This is TTP Chats, aka Trust the Process here, and today I'm here to talk to you today about the concept of prep time. Basically, you probably are trying to figure out what I mean by prep time. Basically, I mean preparation, getting prepared, getting ready, preparing yourself for what's to come in the future, right? And that's where, most people kind of have, and nowadays have this misconception, right? Nobody really preparing for the future. Nobody really thinks 10 steps ahead. They don't think about the long term. They don't think 10 years down the line, not even 5 years. They just do the stuff now, right? They just do what they do now. And then next thing you know, next thing you know, they're wondering why they're lost, right? Why is there not really where they always wanted to be? Because you never had any prep time. You never have any preparation. Now, of course, what the future is is really unpredictable. So you don't know what may go down, but it's always good to prepare, right? Even when plans change, it's always good to just prepare anyway, right? Even if plans change, you can always have preparation for plans changing, right? If one plan don't go your way, guess what? That's where you prepare and have another plan in place, right? Now here's the thing, right? When you trust in the Lord, right, you can be prepared, right? He will have you prepared. He will encourage you to be prepared. And when you trust in God, you will be prepared, and also He'll get you ready so you have no worries, right? But when I mean prep time, you gotta, as a man, right, you gotta prepare for what you want your life to be, right? Because as a man who thinks 10 steps ahead and not 10 steps behind, right? A man who thinks about long term and 10 years, he's thinking about the future, what he wants to achieve, what he wants to do, how is he going to acquire, the resources that he wants. How is he going to, how is he going to go out there and earn the abundance of resources that he's looking for? How is he going to get ready himself for his future wife, the man that he's going to fall in love with and marry and have a long-term committed relationship with? Or how is a man going to prepare for his kids, prepare his kids for being able to, provide and protect them? These are the things that a man got to think about when they're going out in life and getting ready, when they're going out in life and they're establishing themselves and they getting themselves established, right? They're acquiring resources, not just money, land, property, all of that stuff. That's what you have to think about. Most guys now, especially in melanated culture, they don't really think about prep time or preparation when it comes to, when it even comes to family, right? They just go out there, procreate, and then if they feel as though they're not ready at all. They have no intention of getting with the woman, because even though you got with the kid, right? I mean, even though you got with the female, right? And you procreated with the female, meaning you had sex with her, you had to know that was going to lead to her getting pregnant. But since people want to play plausible deniability and just be in denial and live in ignorance, where they think, oh, you can just have sex and not have children, even though it's possible to have sex and not have kids, but at the same time, though, it's a likely chance if you have sex with a woman, you will get her pregnant. But anyway, they don't prepare themselves for that. They just go out and do, and then when things don't go their way, they escape. It's a lack of preparation. And even if they stay, it's still a lack of preparation because you're not ready for this. You don't have your own place, your own land. And then when you get your land with the woman, she takes half of your stuff. You complain. She got to go to work and she see her boss who's established himself. He got a house and all that, and she's around. And she called that man boss. And she still got to go home to you. It's not really established. And guess what happens? She end up most likely getting or thinking about her boss, or she end up splitting because you got into a situation that as a man you wasn't really ready for. And now y'all split. She get half your stuff, half the kids go away. Boom, 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 boom. That's the consequences, right, of not getting prepared and not establishing yourself. Prep time is necessary, especially for a man who is out here grinding to establish himself. Because as a man who's out here grinding, working 24/7, he's preparing for the future, right? He's preparing for the future kids, for his future wife, right? He's preparing. He have a laid out plan that's mapped out for him, right? He's not just out here going and doing whatever and just running around just doing stuff just to do it. No. Every move that he make is a move that has a purpose, right? And that's what he's working smart to work hard. And that's the thing about being prepared. You got another thing too. You got to realize is that as a man, you got to learn a sense of independence and a sense of self-efficiency, right? Prep time doesn't just apply to, preparing for, your future wife and kid. It's also preparing for, the being on your own and standing 10 toes down. Because most guys, melanated culture, sometimes in other culture, as well in America, people are really fixated on just staying home and not really being on their own. You have guys that's about either approaching their 30s or already past their 30s, right? They're either in their 30s or above, and they're just content with just staying home, staying at their mom's house, sometimes not even working, just eating off the mom's EBT card and just eating the food and just staying there and acting like they're still 16 when they're about 13 years older than that. No. As a man, you gotta be on your own. You gotta learn how to be on your own. You gotta learn how to, live by yourself, get your own spot and get your own place, and work hard to prepare yourself for the inevitable. If, let's say, knock on wood, your moms, your parents end up, passing away, right? You're preparing yourself by being on your own. Yes, it's good to spend time with family. Yes, it's good to help them out. I'm not saying they're gonna, pass immediately. But as a man, you gotta learn how to be on your own because they're not always gonna be there. And if you're overly dependent on your on your folks while you're in way in adulthood, guess what's gonna happen? You won't know how to function when they're gone. So you're just gonna run around and try to be dependent on somebody else. But preparation is just another sign of independence.